Hi, good morning. This is Josanne Wright Callender here, the author of the Happy Little Garbage Truck picture book and educational program. And this particular vlog that I'm doing this morning wasn't planned, but after visiting one of our friends who has a business, I'll check with him, see if he wants me to pitch his business on YouTube. But this conversation I felt should be kind of, you know, private, so I won't give out his name. But, we've been talking about empathy and how important it is to have a child learn how to be an empathetic person, which is a huge part, as well as self-esteem and learning independence, a huge part of teaching social emotional learning skills. So, and I have a little pitch in my description box below about it. But to stay on topic, and then I'll talk a little bit about that. uh, we were talking the last couple of weeks about dysregulation. And in Michelle Borba's article, Unselfie, Why Children Empathetic Kids, that's part of his kids succeed in our all about me world. She had 7 points that I've been reviewing. And point number 6, I'm going to go back to today because of this conversation that took place yesterday. Okay, so if you take a close look at Michelle Borba's 7 topics or tips as to how we can help our children become more empathetic, she starts with help kids develop moral identity. Then number 2 is giving kids a chance to do over, to correct their mistakes. Encourage empathy through stories. And I said, this was definitely, I had no idea she was going to go there, but I said, and the Happy Little Garbage Truck is one of those social emotional learning stories. It's fun, it's a picture book, it's not preachy. The children just go through the day with the Happy Little Garbage Truck. And as he encounters challenges, they get to learn how he overcomes them. So, and it's just a sweet story. So, um, as we think about empathy and we feel for other people, she said that if we could support the teaching of empathy in our schools, then it will give our children, our kids, an opportunity to learn in a strategically um, way to teach this. And it's not, as a teacher, I've just done many things that I could think of to teach social emotional learning skills. I used workshops, ideas, books. But if you have a strategic way of doing this as a regular system, it works so much better. And if I could say, like, take a certain part of my day and do these particular skills, it just worked better. So that's why I'm really stressing to take a look at the teacher's guide. It's scripted lessons, and it's super easy to do. I said, if you can read a children's book, you can teach social emotional learning skills. Examine our values was point number 5 of Michelle Borba. And she said, this actually goes into number 6, which is the point that I'm coming back to today. Be mindful of social media use. Now, if our values are, it's no big deal. I can give my child a cell phone if they're starting to squawk in the grocery store, as one friend says. It doesn't matter. But it does matter if you're like this friend of ours who really saw how his child be changed. He said it's the dopamine levels. That's what cell phones do. He gave his child maybe only 15 minutes to use his cell phone, and then he would take the phone away from him. And he said in that 15 minutes, he could see a visible change come over his child. He was doing the game like Roblox and with his friends, 15 minutes. Took the phone away, and he said the child was just depressed, didn't want to do anything. Let's go shoot some hoops, didn't want to do that. And then extended to him being really crabby with his sister. So our friend said he saw this happen so many times that he just knows that there's a connection between the use of the cell phone, even for that short period of time, and the child coming back into everyday life without the cell phone. So that's why I said, when she pointed out that, I didn't realize how powerful that particular um, point was of limit social media use and limit the use of cell phones. And we'll take a look at it now, do some research and try to find some numbers to um, help us understand how important this particular point is, since after COVID, a lot of people have relied on the cell phones even more so, even myself. So I'm doing this research for myself, and if it affects adults, we can imagine how it might impact children. So, please subscribe, please share, and today I didn't have a frog, so I know what to do. So thank you so much for joining me today, and more to come. Bye-bye.